Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Nebraska Week edition of BadgerBeat here at Camp Randall Stadium. I'm Rob Hernandez alongside Tom Mulhern, Tom Oates. Very quiet here right now, guys, but come Saturday night, 7 o'clock, this place will be rocking. And, Mully, this game could be probably the biggest game of the year. And how big a game is it in terms of where the Badgers rank nationally?
Well, it's I think that's part of it. It's all laid out for Wisconsin right now. Really, if you look at their schedule, it's about as favorable as it's ever going to be. But if they're going to make an imprint nationally, they don't have a lot of chances on that schedule in terms of ranked opponents. We don't know what's going to happen with Ohio State, Michigan State down the road. This is a top 10 opponent that they get at home on a national stage. So if they're going to make a national name for themselves, this is the night to do it.
OT, is it that big a game nationally, or are we making more of it than it should be?
I think it's a very big game nationally. If Wisconsin has even the remotest hopes of a national championship, it's very big. I think there's actually less importance in the Big Ten because with the new divisions in the Big Ten, there's actually less importance on teams against the other division because the next tiebreaker beyond head-to-head is division record. So consequently, you could lose. Either team could lose this game and easily find themselves right back in the Big Ten championship game at the end of the year. Well,
we got to look here at some of the key matchups because we're coming out of non-conference play, guys, and I'm not sure we know everything we need to know about these two teams. I guess if Molly, let's start with you. If there was one matchup that we had to look at here as being pivotal, what would it be?
Well, I'm going to be interested in watching Wisconsin's offensive line against their defensive front. And Brett Bielema this week said it's similar to the Ohio State defensive front that they faced last year in a night game. And Jared Crick missed the last game. He's their standout defensive tackle. He's one of the best defensive players in the Big Ten. He's back this week. He should be full go. So, Wisconsin's getting featured in their offensive line in Sports Illustrated this week, so we'll see how good they are against Nebraska.
We'll see if they live up to the headlines. Otzi, a lot made about the two quarterbacks in this ballgame, but there's other characters in this play that'll be front and center.
Well, I think a big matchup for Wisconsin's defense is quarterback Taylor Martinez. Historically, running quarterbacks have given Wisconsin problems. I'm not so sure that that's been the case in recent years quite as much, but Martinez is a run-first quarterback. He's piled up a lot of yards in the last season and a half running the football. I'm not sure what kind of a passer he is, but Wisconsin's actually played a couple of running quarterbacks so far during their non-conference season. They haven't hurt them too badly, and if they can keep Martinez in check, I'm not sure where Nebraska turns to for offense.
Guys, I think a lot of fans looking at this game as being maybe an indictment on the non-conference schedule of these two teams, specifically defensively. What do we know about the defenses? But I guess a lot of people not sure about what to make out of Nebraska's defense. Molly, what do you make out of them coming through the non-conference play?
Well, it hasn't been the defense they expected because it hasn't been their top players have not been out there. And they have a playmaker at each level, with Crick in the defensive line, with David at linebacker, and then with Denard at cornerback, but they haven't all been there. Crick missed last week. Denard was back last week. It was his first game, played a little bit over a half. Now they finally got all three of those guys in place at one time. So I think we'll see a little bit more of the defense that we expected out of Nebraska, and that's athletic and with playmakers at every level.
And Otzi, is this a beauty contest for the defenses? Where do the Badgers fit into that battle, and what are your thoughts on Nebraska?
Well, I think Nebraska's defense has not played very well, and I think that's been a bit of a surprise to everyone because they were bringing back, as Mully said, some All-American type players. They had to fill in some spots, and they haven't played as well. That, to me, indicates possible trouble against the Wisconsin offense that just has not taken many missteps so far this season. So, if this game ends up in a shootout, I'm not even sure who that favors. In the past, it might have favored Nebraska, but I think Wisconsin, with their offense, can certainly go in and win a shootout as well.
All right, well, there you go. Saturday night, 7 o'clock kickoff here. Camp Randall Stadium, Nebraska at Wisconsin, the game they've been talking about for months since it appeared on the schedule. We'll have complete coverage here on madison.com as well as on your mobile app. Don't forget to download the BadgerBeat app for both iPhone and Droid and follow us along from the stadium. We'll have live blogs. We'll have score updates. We will have the scene inside and outside the stadium all here, all Saturday on madison.com. For Tom Mulhern and Tom Oates, I'm Rob Hernandez. Thanks for watching BadgerBeat.